Alright guys, in this video I want to teach you a very powerful skill. This skill will allow you to control the outcome of your classes and give you the result you want. Okay? If you don't use this, what happens is you rock up to a class and then anything could happen. You might find that sometimes you go to class and then your students will not hustle as hard, or they're not listening as much, or they're not trying as hard, right? If you apply this at the end of class, you control the outcome, right? So what I'm talking about is called pre-framing. Okay, pre-framing is a very important thing. Pre-framing, a frame allows you to set the boundaries or the expectations of what the next hour or so is going to be like, okay, or the next segment or whatever. So pre-framing allows you to control the outcome before it happens. Everything has to be pre-framed. From the moment they walk in, we have a pre-frame. Where Kimberly has a pre-frame on the phone. When they come in, we frame them to see this. Discovery, we have pre-frame. So your classes, you want to pre-frame. Your mentality is the way you pre-frame. So for example, you might say, hey guys, today's mentality is focus. So everything I want you to do today, I want you to give me your black belt focus, your best focus before we move on. So there's no eyes around. I want you to show me how you can be your best focus, So pre-framing means you want to set the standard with the expectations, because if you do that, they're more willing to apply, right? So pre-frame is very important. Now, pre-frame also works at the beginning of every segment, okay? What I mean is, after warm-ups, let's say you run through drill, you might say, all right guys, today this drill is all about going slow and technical. So then they know everything they're doing is all about going technical and slow and being focused on the techniques. Or you might say, all right guys, this drill, I want you to show me how powerful you can be. So they're all focusing on power. Or this drill is all about speed. So you're pre-framing them so they know what to look out for and they know what to expect and they know what to give you, okay? So that's all very important about pre-framing. Now, the next thing is sometimes you might have, I wouldn't sort of call it trouble, sometimes you might have kids who come and they're not as motivated, or they might disrupt the class and so on, okay? Pre-framing is a powerful tool that will help you control that situation, okay? So pre-framing is what I want you to do. Imagine if there's a kid that's sort of disruptive in class. Imagine if they come in, right, and then you just say, oh, hopefully he's gonna be good today, and you don't say anything to him. When he goes into the class, or when you run a class, what's gonna happen? There's no control. You haven't controlled the class. You haven't set an outcome, okay? Imagine if you instead come in, you come out with, hey, you did really well last week. Can you show me how good you can do it this week? Can you show me how much more focus you can do it today, right? Or let me see how good you are today. Let me see how much you can try today. Let me see how high you can kick today. Let me see how fast you can do it today. Awesome, high five. If you just spend 10 seconds to do that, right? At the end of the class, you'll know at the end of the class it will go different, right? Because there's that pre-frame. So this is why this technique and this tool is very powerful. Pre-framing allows you to control the situation before anything happens, right? So use pre-framing in 3 sections. First one is before class. Second one is before every segment. And then if you have any disruptive kids to do. Now I'll give you a very easy way to deal with the kids as well. It could be for every kid, not just the disruptive kids, but normal kids. So number one is you first want to go down to their level, right? You put their hands around them, right? And you want to praise them first. So hey, I noticed you did really well last week. It could be anything, right? It could be the effort, it could be the whatever it is. Just find something to praise them, because when you praise, you connect with the kids, right? So you did really well. Now, then the second thing is the challenge. So from here, today, can you show me? Use that script. Can you show me how focused you can be today? Can you show me how fast you can be today? Okay, and then high five, and then boom. And it's very important, if they show you, if they did what you asked them to do, you have to connect with them afterwards. Because what happens, imagine every kid is like a little flame, right? The way you, let's say if you motivated them at being class, the flame will get big, which is good. But at the end of class, if you gave no acknowledgement to that, the flame will go back down, okay? Or even worse, if you shut them down, the flame will die. So, very important with kids. After you've done that, if they did really well, they did what you wanted them to do, afterwards praise them so the flame will go bigger, so next time they come, they get momentum. So there are many times where I've changed kids from being naughty to being good kids just by applying this simple tool, okay? Just by nurturing that flame a little bit more. So that makes sense. So pre-frame, I want you guys to start